unfortunately, the reality is that we can't always afford the perfect course, and nor can we potentially find exactly the right one for us. So what is it that we do? Well, the secret that I've learned is this. Simply by being aware of my own thinking style, simply by understanding what it is that I need, what motivates me, by understanding what will have me succeed in learning and what I will resist, it puts me in an entirely different relationship with what I'm doing. You see, if I don't know why I resist something, then I simply try to move around it. I try to get rid of it in some way. So that, for example, for me personally, as a person using future perspective a lot, I resist, and always did resist, anything that required me to learn facts. But the fact of the matter is, I now understand that there are facts that are very useful to me. And I also understand that the learning of facts is something that I find difficult. But now, rather than resist it, I accept the fact that this is not easy for me, and I try to do it in ways that don't create too much resistance in me. What I do is to break it down into, well, in order to be able to succeed in this opportunity, what do I really need to know? And how do I go about learning that in a way that is easy for me? How do I break it down? How do I get to the essence of it? The bit that's really important. If I'm a present thinker, I wouldn't really approach it that way at all. What I would do is I would see that my resistance is somehow to the fact that there is no structure to this teaching. Maybe I'm being left to my own devices to go read books in the library and come back. Or maybe there's an instructor standing in front of the class who's full of inspiration and full of great ideas, but I can't quite follow what it is that I'm supposed to be making notes on and what the work is I'm supposed to hand in next week. Now, in this sort of a situation, clearly what you're doing is that you're swimming in chaos. You're not getting what you need. There are either too many facts or there's too much speculation. What you're not getting is, what's the direction? What's the course? How do I stay in the process? What you need to do, of course, is to see that you're resisting this. You're resisting it in such a way that none of it's going to sink in. But if you can relax and realize that what your need is, which is to create structure, simply cannot be satisfied at this moment, and that what you can do is just to be simply open to what is being taught, and afterwards perhaps sit down and put it into some structure. Take some notes. See how you can put it into a form that is easier for you to learn from, easier for you to remember. Perhaps you can work with others to do the same thing, because there are other people who have the same need. And collaboratively, you build a little body of knowledge, a sort of, well, we did that, we're doing that next week, and that's coming the week after. Even if that's not provided, you can be responsible for yourself because you know your thinking style. And likewise, a past thinker who's finding themselves that they're either stuck in a curriculum that is too rigid and no space for their own learning and exploration, or the teacher simply is glossing over the facts and not producing any real depth of knowledge. Well, perhaps what you have to do is, rather than resist what's happening in the class, find out what the essence of it that's trying to be taught, and then go away and do more research. Create the depth for yourself. Become responsible for your own personal needs and how it is that you approach learning. Don't make that responsibility someone else's. In fact, let me stress that for all thinking styles. It is no one else's responsibility to teach you anything. It is your responsibility to learn. And that's something that you can do if you understand how you go about learning. Make that your own responsibility. And you'll find that all of the resistances and all of the sort of desires to have it put some other way will melt away, because it'll be your motivation and your desire that gets you there.